Oh, okay, so I have like something pretty interesting to show people in terms of decks. I'm not like really good at making deck profiles yet, but there's like this one idea that I saw on Twitter by DCGO. I think it's something they used in some locals, nothing like too fancy. I don't think this is gonna be like a meta deck or anything, but once I understood like the concept of it, gonna be real, I kinda fell in love with it. So I kinda iterated on it a little bit to make it a bit more my own. Also like trying to take into account which cards I own and stuff. And this is my version of it. So this is basically an adventure deck for all intents and purposes. But I have not decided on the name yet. You can call it like Grey Venture, Adventure Greymon Toolbox, Grey Slop. The general gist of this is that you want to abuse the shit out of Metal Greymon Alterous mode from EX9. We're gonna go really quick over the list itself. So because this is an adventure deck, the deck is gonna be Tunomon. It's the only good deck. Koromon is asked for this. For rookies, right now I have like here 4 Biomons, 4 Palmons. So these are like your Biomons for your search. Palmons, they trash 1, draw 2. I'm actually a bit more biased towards the Palmons right now, because the fact they draw 2 means that not only you get more card advantage, you also have much more of a chance of grabbing your level 6s, which we'll get to them. Almost none of them are adventure traits, so they're going to be bottom decked by Biomon. You also have Agumon here, which you can use him to warp directly into a War Greymon, which can be good sometimes. This can come up a little bit. The reboot can also come up if you have the Tywit blocker. You could maybe use Ukomons here, just like 1 or 2 max, just to like get that extra speed, extra searching. Again, this is a deck that it's like in like active development. Like you can this is just gonna be like your starting point if you want to like try something like this. Just pick it up, put whatever you want, and that's it. Level 4s, we got the Birdramons and the Togemons as like your turbo pieces, because the objective of this deck, you want to turbo into your level 6s. You want to go into your level 6s as fast as possible, as efficiently as possible. So we're focusing on these 6 ones. As like a secondary level 4, you got Garurumon. You got like 2 copies of the adventure level 4 Garurumon, which he basically he's doing 2 things. First is on play when evolving, return 1 Digimon with the adventure trait from your trash to hand if you need to. Sometimes just like getting trash, stuff dies, whatever. Security, you can also like he also gets played for free. That's good too. But the second reason he's here on the deck is because he can activate the Alterous mode's effect. So yeah, we're going right into the level 5s. This is like one of the most important. This is like the most important card in the whole deck. The whole deck hinges on this motherfucker. So Metal Greymon Alterous mode from EX9. He's a cyborg, he's adventure. So on play when evolving, delete one of your opponents with Digimon with 8000 or less. Can evolve from any adventure trait, so you can even evolve from Togemon and Garurumon if needed. His effect, your turn. When any of your Digimon or Tamers with Garurumon or Taikamiya in their names are played, or any of your Digimon digivolve into a Digimon with Garurumon in its name, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Greymon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. So it goes into any Greymon in name. any level 6 Greymon in name for free, which is like insane. So you just like you just like hard play Garurumon for 4. You also get one of these dudes in under him. So you, of course, you wanna run 4 of these as like your secondary level 5. You have Skull Greymon, which is quite good because it's a Greymon in name. Some of the level 6s can still evolve over even if the color requirements aren't quite there. He gains raid and retaliation. On deletion, he floats. He can play an adventure, play cost 4 or less from your trash without paying cost, which is good to just so like you can maintain your tempo, maintain your number of bodies. You can try using a Metal Greymon, the adventure, which can DDG evolve. He has a couple advantages because, for example, if you want to run the Blue Flare Zig Greymon, I think he can only evolve. He can't evolve from Skull Greymon. You have to use a black level 5. So Metal Greymon can be good for that. He also has the whole effect that all level 5, the original level 5 adventures have. If you play something, they get alliance and attack. Yes, that kind of effect. It can also like evolve into Alterous mode if you want. I'm using Skull Greymon mostly for the keeping bodies in field kind of deal. And with the level 3, 4 and 5s out of the way, we're getting into the fun part. So which level 6 Greymon do we run for this? All of them. The fun part is that they each have like a slightly different role. You can, it makes the deck feel a bit toolboxy because you can kind of pick and choose which one is better for your situation. You have your War Greymons. You have like the promo War Greymon adventure, which synergizes really well with the rest of the deck because it is an adventure. He has security +1, blocker, delete an opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP, and he gets plus 1000 DP for each color Digimon and Tamers have, which includes everyone in the field. This even includes the opponents. War Greymon BT14, the secret, which has like pseudo blitz. He gains rate when evolving, gains rate for the turn, then it may attack. When attacking, if you add a tamer, which you're playing adventure, you always have tamers out. If you don't have a fuck ton of players out when playing adventure, you're not doing it right, or things are going really wrong for you. You get security +1 and piercing, so you can raid at something, get that piercing, get those security checks. You also can warp into Agumon for the distribution cost of 4. I mean, which to be fair kind of overlaps with Agumon's own ability to evolve into a War Greymon for 4, but you know, we also run the War Greymon ways from the starter decks, of course. Can delete Digimon, the lowest TP, can get immunity from opponent's Digimon effect, which is pretty good for an ace, so you don't like get overflowed right away. But now we're getting into the really funky choices. So the first I want to highlight was one in the original build that I saw, was Ancient Greymon. Which is, yeah, that one from the red hybrid decks. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP, which you're probably gonna have like a lot of DP, by the way, for this kind of effects, because as you can see, if you're, for example, if your stack is like Biomon, you get plus 2000, Birdramon plus 2000, Metal Greymon Alterous mode plus 4000. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot. This one is as that one interesting effect where you can actually on deletion return one tamer card from your trash to end and then play a tamer card. You can also like return a hybrid, but that doesn't come up unless you're like that original build where they were running like 3 Ancient Greymons and one of the one restricted the Gunimon, which could evolve from a Biomon into and then just warp into Ancient Grey. But I kind of didn't want to focus too much on this because I only like own 2 of these Ancient Greymons. other choices you have, you can use the Blitz Greymon, which gives you like an extra ace if you really want to have 2 aces in this deck. I mean, Blitz Greymon ace has been like a pretty good ace, like he digivolves 3, he has blocker, he has alliance, and also end of turn he can like do a pseudo blitz, also DNA into Alterous, which we don't do in this deck. And one of my favorite choices for this deck is a Black War Greymon. So when it digivolves, if you have a red Digivolution card, you can choose any number of opponent's Digimon. If you have a black Digivolution card, you can choose any number of Tamers and then delete any number of those chosen cards that like a total play cost of 6 or less. So yeah, if you want to like get rid of some Tamers, you can do it with this card, which is pretty funny. You can probably think about using the new ace for the EX10 once that comes out for this. Probably want to like adjust the number of aces if you don't want to like run too many aces. Adding this in post, I hope I don't forget about it, but I think I didn't talk about Emperor Greymon in this build, even though it like usually evolves for 5. If you're like doing the main combo of this deck, you can actually go for him for free. And he's interesting because unlike other Greymons, because he has like blue and red, he can actually, when evolving, he can actually trash sources from the opponent's Digimon and suspend one of them. And then he attacks. And your turn, when he deletes one of your opponent's Digimon in battle, he gets security +1 for a turn and unsuspend. So you can just like suspend a Digimon, attack them, you killed them, okay, you want suspend and you get security +1, so you can go check some securities. So for level 7s, Omnimo X antibody, just for like that sweet finish. This deck, because we're not playing the usual adventure strategy of like just crapping a lot of bodies on the field and then all of them attacking one all at once, it can be difficult to close out a game. So having Omnimo X antibody in hand for when you finally get those opponent securities to 0 can be a final attack to do it. For Tamers, and we're gonna get into a pretty interesting technique combo you can do for the deck. So first we have Tai and Matt. They can get a Greymon or a Garud from trash to hand. If this effect didn't return anything from the trash, draw 1. Also gives you memory when stuff digivolves, when Greymons or Garudmons evolve, if they are whatever. We have the regular Adventure Tamers package, Tora and Kari, Joe and Mimi, just for those extra memories, Tai and Easy for the blockers, and then Matt and TK for the rush. You have to take into account when playing this that the rush from Matt and TK isn't going to apply when your level 6s don't have the adventure trait. So if for some reason you are to play the Birdramon and then you go into Alterous mode and then go into any of the non-adventure level 6s, they're gonna lose that rush. So you kinda gotta be careful with that. This is why I kinda prefer to play this deck like raising, or like just raising from breeding. I prefer to like have a rookie raising from breeding, go into the Birdramon and then just turbo from there, so you're always up to attack. Or of the secret Taikami. This might be like the biggest gate barrier of entry for this deck, because this card is getting pretty expensive. I think it was like 20 euros in the European market, but this card is cracked for this deck because, and this is where this deck can like achieve levels of pretty funny cheating. Memory cheating, because so Taikami has main effect. You may play one adventure or a hero trait card for a play cost of 2 or less from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your Tamer's colors, add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. Then return this Tamer to the bottom of the deck. So this means that from your hand you can, for example, you can just be insane and play another copy. You can make this white tie play another copy of himself for free. And what's that gonna do? It's gonna activate the Alterous modes effect, which means going for a level 6 for completely free, just out of nowhere. And you can do this. You can have the tie play himself for free. You can play this tie, you can play this other tie. Like, it doesn't matter as long as it has Tai Cameo on in his name. If necessary, you can also play the Garurumon. But yeah, the focal part is you play shit for free and makes this effect go off for free, and you get the level 6 for free. It's really funny when it happens. Your entire deck is about making this particular effect happen. And also, just to finish off the build, you have 4 copies of Our Courage United. It's 2 draws, unconditional 2 draws, and you get to play something out. If anything from your field, even the non-adventure level 6s, if anything is removed from your from battle area, as long as it has level 5 or higher, you just play another body. So you can like try to maintain that number of bodies, just so you don't like lose tempo in the game. So yeah, that's the Greymon Slop Adventure Toolbox kind of thing that I've been looking out. One card that might be useful soon would be Digital Gate Open. It's probably going to be more useful if you don't want to spend the money on the white ties, but it's kind of depending. But this is kind of depending on how the price for this promo is gonna end up, because we really don't. Because I can tell you, it's gonna be a tournament promo next month, but I can tell you how the price is gonna end up like, because it might be a card that's gonna be used a lot. So basically, what it does, you can you reveal the top 3, so you can grab 1 Digimon and 1 Tamer to the hand, so you can potentially grab 2 cards, which is amazing for a search, and then it's placed on the battle area. Then it's placed on the battle area. So when you use its delay, you can play 1 Tamer card with the same color as any of your Digimon on the field from your hand with the play cost reduced by 4. So this means if you have Alterous mode out, you could play either the EX9 tie and mat, or the starter deck tie and easy. You won't be playing you can't play the white tie with this. But to be fair, if you're gonna play, as I said, if you're gonna play Digital Gate Open, it's probably because you don't have many white ties to use, and you're probably using more copies of the other ties. So yeah, this is just a little thing for the future. But yeah, I'll end the video here and stop rambling. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to add some things over some of the stream footage that is playing on the background here. One of them is that I did look at the paper version of this deck that I do have here on my desk, and I have a couple choices that you might find interesting compared to the one I was playing in DCGO, like removing Agumon in order to maximize the Birdramons, and removing the OmniAxis for more options on the level 6 slots. 2 that I was trying out are the old BT12 Greymon and the newer BT22 Gaiamon, which does count as a Greymon technically. They are both like very raid oriented cards, but Gaiamon might be a bit more interesting since he can get piercing. And I also haven't tried it, but since we're talking Gaiamons, promo Gaiamon might be an option for this deck, especially if you do like its taunting mechanic. And also, again, this is not supposed to be like any kind of meta or even locals deck. Just like a funny idea that stretches the potential of EX9's Alterous mode, which was indeed one of my favorite cards on that set, aside from that one obvious one. So if you want a different way to play Greymons while Bandai is still on their whole using Greymon only as a step towards Omnimon DNA stick, you know what, feel free to try this kind of list. Hope you have some fun with it. And yeah, that's it. Why is my camera fucking up all the time? What the hell? No! Bro, no. not on stream. Not the fucking chaos degradation on stream.